Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet a mesh bag. Alright, so first you would need to make a slip knot. And if you don't know how to make a slip knot, just look at what I'm doing and then try to imitate that. And once you've formed your slip knot, you'll chain 31. And to make a chain, you'll yarn over and pull through. So yarn over again and pull through the loop on your hook. And you're going to continue until you have 31 chains. So once you have your 31 chains, you're going to skip the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to yarn over and make a double crochet in the 5th stitch. And once you've made that double crochet, I recommend marking that. Alright, and chain 1. Once you've chained 1, you're going to skip the next stitch and make a double crochet in the following stitch. So skip the next stitch and double crochet in the following stitch. And once you've done that, you're going to chain 1 again and make a double crochet in you're going to skip the next stitch, and in the following stitch you're going to make a next double crochet. And this is going to be the repeat pattern. So chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet in the next stitch. And you'll do this until we reach near the end, then I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so once you're at the end, you'll have 2 stitches remaining, and you know you're going to chain 1, skip 1, and place a double crochet in the last stitch. However, what we'll be doing here is in this last stitch we'll make a total of 3 double crochets, so this will count as our first one. Chain 1 and make 1 more, so this is going to be 2. Chain 1 again, and you'll make 1 more double crochet in the last stitch here. So the last stitch will have 3 double crochets with chain 1 in between them. And then what we'll be doing next is we'll be working on the opposite side. So along here we're going to chain 1, as a chain 1 should be in between every double crochet. And in this double crochet, in this area here that has a double crochet, we're going to place 1 more. Chain 1, and basically along this side, every chain that has a double crochet, you'll insert a double crochet there, and you know chain 1 in between. So basically put a double crochet where every double crochet is at, and chain 1 in between. So let me show you again. So we're already chain 1 here. This is our next double crochet. We're going to insert 1 here, then chain 1, insert another double crochet here, and this is what we'll be doing, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so I have reached the end of the round here. So what I'm going to do here, so where this chain 4 space is at and the double crochet, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to insert a double crochet here. So this will count, this the chain 4 will count as a double crochet and a chain 1. So we're going to insert a double crochet here. So right here we're going to insert another double crochet and then chain 1, and this is how it looks. And you'll have a total of 30 double crochet, and this is including of the chain 3. So including the chain 3 it's 30, excluding the chain 3, well, chain 4 technically, it's 29. Alright, so what we're going to do is and in the third chain here we're going to make a slip stitch. Once you've made your slip stitch, what you're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and mark the third chain, and remember the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Chain 1, and then we're going to make a double crochet in the next double crochet here. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and make a double crochet in the next double crochet here, and this is basically the repeat pattern until we get our desired length. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Alright, so you're going to repeat the pattern of chaining 1. So where there's a chain 1, you chain 1, where's a double crochet, and this is what you'll be doing all the way around. And I'll meet you right here, but even in these corner stitches here, it's still 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, but I'll meet you right here to show you. So now I'm at the area where we had placed the 3 double crochets in the 1 double crochet stitch. I'm going to chain 1 here, and I'm just going to insert 1 double crochet on top of each of them. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet, chain 1, and then another double crochet. And this is what we'll be doing. So just double crochet, chain 1 around, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so I am now at the end of the row, right? And I've made my my double crochet here in the last double crochet on this side. I'm gonna chain 1, and here is where the chain 3 is at. Alright, so I did my last double crochet of this round, and this is where we have the double crochet, the chain 4, and the double crochet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a slip stitch in the chain 3 here. So earlier I had told you to mark the third chain. So into the third chain you're going to make a slip stitch, right? And we'll always be ending the row with a slip stitch. And once we've slip stitch, we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I do recommend marking the third chain here, which counts as a double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to make a double crochet into the next double crochet, and then we repeat the chaining 1 and double crocheting into the next double crochet. So this is pretty repetitive, so continue doing so until you're at the end. Alright, so I'm now at the end of this round, and you see here the chain 3 is over here. We're going to make that slip stitch, and we're just going to repeat this until repeat the slip stitch double crochet chain 1 until repeat that pattern until we get our desired length. Alright, so this is what it looks like now. This is the the length that I'm going to keep, and let me show you how you can count the amount of rounds that you did. Alright, so the chain we made would have been here, so this is the first round. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So I made a total of 11 rounds, and what we're going to do next is we're going to make the handle. Alright, so to make the handle, I would recommend getting out your stitch markers in case you need to mark the areas. I've already made a slip stitch, so I'm gonna go ahead here and I'm gonna chain 3. So 1 2 3. You can mark the third chain, make a next chain to count as your chain 1. So for this, I'm really just eyeballing it here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be working over these 2 double crochets only. So I can mark the last double crochet here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see which 3 stitches on this side is in alignment with this. It doesn't have to be in perfect alignment, but where it would fit best. And for me, I'm gonna count this stitch here, this double crochet here, as the middle. So the double crochets on both sides are going to be the end. So I'm just gonna mark it here, and this is something that I'm just eyeballing, so I'm not like counting the stitches or anything of that sort, but let me do so in case you would want to know. Alright, so surprisingly I have 12 double crochet on this side here and 12 on this side. So let me show you. So now count it 1, and I don't count the chain 1, I only count the double crochet pulls. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So 12 on this side, and then on here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So surprisingly it's 12 double crochet on both sides in between the handle area. So we're going to now make the handle. Alright, so we already chain 4. We're going to chain 3 count as a double crochet, chain 1 is a chain 1 space. We're going to insert our hook here in the double crochet chain 1, and then we're gonna make a next double crochet here, and then once that is done, we're going to chain 3 1 2 3, mark the third chain, turn your work, chain 1, which counts as a chain space, and make a double crochet here in the double crochet in the middle, and once that is done, you're going to chain 1 again. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a double crochet in the area that we marked, so in the third chain, and this is how it looks so far. So we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. So every time you chain 3, you should turn your work. Also, I'd recommend marking the third chain here, and then chain 1, make a double crochet in the center double crochet, and then chain 1 again, and we're gonna make a double crochet in the third chain. And then we're gonna chain 3, mark the third chain, turn your work, chain 1, make a double crochet in the center double crochet, and this is the pattern that we'll be repeating. So we're gonna chain 1, make a double crochet in the third chain. Once that is done, we're gonna chain 3, mark the third stitch, the third chain, and then once we mark the third chain, we're gonna turn our work, chain 1, and make a double crochet in the center double crochet, chain 1, and then make a double crochet again in the third chain, and we'll just repeat this until we get the desired length for our handle. Okay, so I have made my handle, and this is a total of 27 rows. This is what it looks like here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my yarn, leave a little tail here so that we can sew on the sides. But just before we get to the sewing part of the handle, something that I did not mention earlier was to weave in the end of this tail here. So you can go ahead and do so. And for me, I'm going to meet the side that has this yarn tail here from the beginning, be the inside part. So if you want to decide which side to use as the inside, I'd recommend using the side where the tail falls into, and you can just go ahead and weave in that. So I'm gonna do that shortly, but let me show you how to sew in the handle to this side here. In 1 here and pull through. Alright, so we're going to insert the needle through the top part here of the double crochet and pull it through. And then here we will have our first stitch marker. We're going to do that and pull through. Okay, and then you'll have a chain one here. We're going to try our best to go through to pick up the chain one and connect it to the next chain one here, like this. Alright, and then go through the next double crochet, and then go through the chain one, and then go through the last double crochet. Alright, so we're gonna go through the last double crochet here, and this is where the chain 3 is at. So we would have picked up the fourth chain and connected to the chain here in between the two double crochets, and this is the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through the third chain here and pick up the double crochet. And then just to add more security, we can just continue to weave, sew it together. So just continue to sew it down here to ensure that it is, secured. Alright, so I went ahead and went over the stitches here to ensure that it's secured, and then I just weaved it through the bag, so you can do that. And this is just the finishing look. So this is how the bag looks.